Alright guys, Kremp again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Los Angeles Thieves are looking like the best team in the game right now in Black Ops 6, but are they substantially better than anyone else in this title? Yes, FaZe pushed them close the other day to a Game 5, but according to certain rumours and sources behind the scenes, Thieves have been absolutely crushing everyone when it comes to practice. Cinder says, the coach of their roster, they did not lose a hardpoint map in 3 weeks leading up to the FaZe one a couple of days ago, and if that is a sign of things to come, Thieves may be, in Shotzzy's perspective, playing as similarly to FaZe in Cold War. And we know what FaZe did back in the Cold War season. Does any other team have a chance this year? I believe yes. It's early days in the title. What do you guys think is the most likely team to overtake Thieves this season, if anyone? Very much interested to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. First of all, there's a bit of drama as always. Hackers in COD ranked play. Many guys that seem like they're a little bit suspect may potentially be cheating. Certainly right now, you can't rely on anyone, and it is frustrating, certainly from a COD Pro perspective, because I think as a player, often you want to give people the benefit of the doubt and say, oh wow, this guy might actually just be kind of nice. But of course, sometimes, often, there are players cheating, and therefore you can't give these guys the benefit of the doubt. This, though, is interesting. So a couple of Fortnite players, of course, talented on a controller for sure, they played a bit of COD and were slamming a couple of pros. And, of course, you know, getting accused of cheating. Now, it was all a bit controversial because I think there might have been someone on their team who actually was cheating, but it wasn't associated with them. Because obviously Ghosty was seeing this go down and thinking, okay, a little bit suspect maybe what we're seeing right here. So, you know, Zinni's talking about it with this guy, says every game has cheaters, not ideal with a non-existent anti-cheat and a confirmed cheater in the lobby already. It's impossible not to be sus. So, yeah, and they're basically saying, look, we reported him as well. We weren't even queued with him. And basically, Zinni says, and I think it's a fair point, there are a few players, like legit talents, who are actually capable of doing this type of stuff to pro players in ranked, but especially those that aren't already known. I mean, you know, challengers players and stuff, these guys will know are like legit, or Warzone players maybe, like are legit, but guys from like the Fortnite scene or from other scenes that come to play a bit of COD, they're obviously going to be talented, but they can shoot back and maybe pros are going to think they're cheating, right? So I thought it was understandable from Zinni's POV, but we are seeing hackers get banned. Apparently, you know, Scum and Havoc got 4 more banned as well. So it's good work from the pros and from the devs to try and deal with this situation. At the end of the day, I think we are getting to a situation now where cheaters are not cheating against the streamers. I know that this isn't like ideal and you want them to be banned because the anti-cheat is terrible and doesn't work, but the point being that there are some hackers that won't be cheating against the pro players when they play them in obviously like an actual ranked play game, because they're going to get exposed and banned, which is, you know, good that we've got to that point. Of course, ideally want to get to a point where nobody's cheating at all, but we are starting to see hackers get scared, basically, of getting bans, which is a good thing, I would say, because it means that they're actually doing something and there is some punishment enforced, which we are starting to see, just not as much as I would like. There was also a bit of drama yesterday. I don't know how true this is, but it was floating around yesterday on Twitter, so I thought, you know what, let's talk about it. Here we are on Snapchat, can you believe? And they're basically talking about rigged matches in like challenges and stuff like that. Elite, search and destroy chals, stuff like this. Unfortunately, if this is true, it shouldn't really come as a massive surprise. This is everywhere in esports, but it's not a topic that we really talk about much. I mean, match fixing in esports is everywhere and is always a topic, but in COD, match fixing is very rarely discussed. Does that mean that it doesn't happen though? Not necessarily. So the implication here is that when the Elite games were on Bet365, you know, there were individuals saying, hey, how about you throw this game and I'll put some money on and I'll win some serious money back, I'll give you some cash. That's usually how these things work. So it seems like this was maybe a while ago now. So some big names getting involved in this one. I don't know if it's true or not. I just thought I'd put it out there because it was some drama hitting the timeline. If there's drama, we're going to talk about it in some regards. Rambo, of course, talking about the hackers as well. JCal says, look, they're improving their AI systems. Can't believe it, man. Rambo's tweeting like there's no tomorrow right now. What is he up to? This guy is absolutely cooking. But let's talk about the state of the league at the moment and why Los Angeles Thieves are the best team in the game according to basically everyone. They will not be the first team to make a change, I would well not imagine. Now, look, FaZe may make a change. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's incredibly doubtful mid-season. We did talk about this, of course, the other day. Now, look, FaZe pushed these very closely. They're going to be very competitive, I think, this year, as always. But nonetheless, FaZe have started out the year 0-2. Not the start they were looking for. And I think there's a very plausible chance this season that Thieves end the year on the top of the CDL standings and win the most events, maybe win the World Championship. And if that happens again, and FaZe don't win the World Championship again, they won't have won it then since 2021, which is so long for those guys not to have won a ring. So at that point, they may have to consider something. Obviously, mid-season, I don't think would really make much sense unless somehow there was somebody else available. This is the issue when you're a team like FaZe or even OpTic, right? It's like, let's say you want to make a change. Who do you get? Right. I mean, ideally, you would get Scrappy and HyDra, but good luck with that. You had your chance, and now they've gone to Thieves and been locked down. There's a couple of teams, of course, on the radar here, right? So the teams that have done well, undefeated, Ravens, Ultra, Thieves, Rocker, they're looking pretty nice. Heretics, I think they will make a change, I expect, when Super gets his visa sorted. So just because I don't think Lucky has played very well so far, I expect them to put Super in the lineup. I think that will happen relatively soon, actually. Whether that will be the first change, I don't know. Maybe someone beats him to the punch. More likely to be someone on these bottom 4 teams. It's not going to be FaZe. It's not going to be the Falcons. Cloud9, I think, will give it a little bit longer, but obviously they're talking about the ping drum we discussed earlier today. But even then, have they looked very coordinated? No. The other team then, of course, is Gentlemates, because they played Ravens this week and they played Rocker. They lost both of those games. You know, they weren't that great, especially that Ravens series. They got kind of slapped around, to be honest, and it was only Kismet and sometimes Lynz playing some good COD. And the scary thing is for Gentlemates, it's going to get worse before it gets better, because this is their weekends. They play Thieves, first game on the Friday. It's the Los Angeles Derby, but I fear there's only one winner in that one. And then the final game of the weekends is Thieves versus Minnesota, but before then, Gorillas again, or Gentlemates, whatever, they play OpTic. So that's a tough weekend. And if they go 0-4 to start out the season with the fan base and Gatago and everything like that, are they going to turn up to the minor in January with the same team? You know, I would be looking at options there already, depending what the coaching staff feel of that organization. They've at least got to put up a fight in one or both of these series, at least take it to a game 5, because if they don't, then, yeah, I think it's getting ugly for that team relatively quickly. But yeah, those are the games of this weekend. Of course, we'll talk about them as well in the coming days. But Thieves, they're 2-0. They played twice. Gentlemates and Minnesota, both absolutely winnable series. They're looking at a very good start. And Shotzzy was very open about how good he believes Thieves are. I mean, his words on this were, I don't really think I've ever heard a player, especially of a top team, talk about another team in this way. I'm not saying it's a bad thing necessarily. Of course, some players wouldn't want to say things like this, even if they believe it, just because, you know, they don't want to give their opponents too much credit or whatever, or admit that they're not where they need to be. But that's certainly where OpTic are. Like, they know that they're not at the level that Thieves are performing at right now. And yeah, the way that Shotzzy describes it, I thought was kind of remarkable, right? Going into that Thieves FaZe series on the watch party, he was like, yeah, I'm jealous of the way that they play. They're playing COD on a different level right now, and they're the best team in the game by quite some margin. So I wanted to share a couple of clips here for you guys.
Who do you got?
I'm getting sick the next day.
In this series coming up, we got FaZe.
They're the best team right now. I can't even lie.
Thieves are the best team, like,
nah, yeah,
bar none?
100%. And like obviously FaZe could win. I mean, I played the two. Obviously, like, practice, you could say it doesn't matter, shit like that. But the way they play is like very, like, it's just the best way to play COD. And it's always like just playing ahead.
Nah, yesterday when they were
playing ahead, like, it's just so easy. In this game, I feel like this game is very like route taking heavy, where like if the guy that was supposed to do it doesn't do it, your team's gonna get fucked over. And that's one thing that LA Thieves does not lack. Like, the right guy is always doing the right shit, and that's like,
dude, they just seem so fast.
100%. That's what like like our team is obviously striving to work on, but No, yeah, they're definitely the best team right now. Bro, the way that I'm telling you, dude, the way they play, I'm fucking jealous.
If he wins this series, what do you think map count?
If I had to guess, I'd probably say like they'd probably go game 5, maybe.
Game 5?
Game 5 or 3-1.
Because right now it just looks like LAT and Hardpoint. I mean, we've only seen them play once, but their Hardpoint looked insane.
Who, LAT? Oh
yeah.
No, that's what I'm telling you, bro.
Envoys look good too.
Bro, the way that I'm telling you, dude, the way they play, I'm fucking jealous.
Envoy's been impressive.
I promise you,
they got the string.
The way
right
that
now. They got the flow.
the way that LATs play is literally FaZe and fucking in Cold War. No bullshit. Well, like obviously, I mean, in Cold War they weren't losing the fucking gunfight.
Bro, Envoy is insane right now. He's 7-1. He was going crazy yesterday.
Yep. Are these guys as nice as they look right now? Or is this like a freak map?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they're definitely crushing it. Like,
I mean, they're making FaZe.
Apparently we're their best, like
our ranked play squad.
Apparently we're their best, like matchup or whatever. Is what like I've heard.
Yeah.
But that was good listening. That was really good.
But like, you know what I'm asking? Like, do they look as good as like in that map? Obviously, FaZe gets beat. They get 77 points. But
yeah,
are they that good?
Nah, yeah, 100%.
They're actually that nice right now.
I mean, that's literally the only reason why I'm guessing. Every other game, like I feel like
quite a few gems in there.
Like obviously, like FaZe is like every year.
Yeah, people look at FaZe and they're like, holy shit.
Yeah, but I don't really know how to explain it. It's because, bro, this game is very like you could get the 4 best fucking players, and well, actually, it depends who. I guess it depends who, but like, I don't know, bro. It's all just like if you actually, if you know how to play down to a fucking T, you're gonna win, bro. If you play ahead, obviously you need to fucking.
It's like standard
shoot
COD,
straight,
but it's not like because it's like obviously you have the omni movement, you have all the new like movement shit.
Yeah.
But the spawn system looks like you got to block on some.
Yeah, you had to like
most hills you got to block. You could spawn them further. Like it just feels like standard COD.
The best way to put it is like LETs, right? Every other team, there's a traditional spawn that, you know, the default spawn. But then there's also a spawn that makes it even more aids to even hit the hill. And that's basically what LETs is at, to a point where like
the third spawn.
Yeah, they'll put you in, yeah, exactly. Where like, like even if you do want to go new, look, you're spawning in fucking Jupiter, and now we're already at new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's why, that's like what, that's the only reason I'm gassing it right now, but.
You're gonna need to break those guys down by the game 2 and 5.
Don't worry though, chat. Like they're fucking dog shit still. I promise you. I think every team is fucking dog shit. I promise you, I think that. I think every team is dog shit. I'll gas them a little bit, but like, fuck.
All right, what's the next map coming up? We've got a...
But this is potentially the remarkable thing about this whole Thieves situation. Yes, we saw Toronto last year. They start out incredibly well. They won the first major. They were the best team at that event by a margin. Did they maintain that? No. Will Thieves maintain this? It's more likely. I think their team is better, but not necessarily will they maintain where they currently are. And it's not like they're the best by an absolute million miles, because FaZe did push them all the way to game 5, nearly got the reverse sweep done, but Thieves just a bit too strong in the ends. The crazy thing is, though, that they, according to Shotzzy, are looking so good behind the scenes. They're playing the game like Cold War FaZe, which is incredibly high praise. And, you know, that's like Shotzzy's only experience, really, of a truly dominant team in COD. Because Shotzzy weren't playing or wasn't watching when the OpTic Dynasty or the Cold Dynasty were around. So, in Shotzzy's time frame of competitive Call of Duty, obviously, Cold War FaZe are the best thing. They dominated that year. They won 4 events out of the 6. They won the World Championship. They won basically everything over the season. And Shotzzy's saying that Thieves right now playing like those guys did a few years ago. That's a scary sign. And this is a scarier sign. Bro, that hardpoint we lost to FaZe on the rewinds, obviously very close, but FaZe got over the line, was the first hardpoint loss we've had in general in 3 weeks. So that's incredible. Now, whether this is, you know, hyperbole, is it actually true? But I'm not going to lie, based on what I saw on the Vault, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the theory is that obviously Thieves have been scrimming every day, pretty much, for the last few weeks. They've probably been playing, I mean, let's just think about this real quick. 3 weeks worth of scrims. Let's say you play 6 days a week. Usually you have a rest day. So 6 days of scrims a week, 2 sets of scrims, playing 5 hardpoint games. So you're playing 10 hardpoint maps a day, 60 in a week. Over 3 weeks is 180 hardpoint maps. Do I really believe that Thieves won 180 hardpoint maps in a row? I'm not so sure, but did they win a lot of hardpoint maps in a row in their practice going into this tournament? And the start of the weekends, I mean, look, probably yes, and that is a scary sign for sure for the opposition, especially I think when Envoy has been playing just this well. And yeah, by the end of Major 1, it looks pretty likely that Envoy will pass Slasher for the 3rd most Series 1 on the Thieves organization. But very much interested in your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Is Shotzzy right about just how far ahead Thieves seem to be, certainly in hardpoint right now? What do OpTic and FaZe have to do, and maybe other teams as well, to close the gap, to at least give the other teams a chance of being competitive with Thieves at Major 1? Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.